Hey guys, we recorded a couple of games after our alien base assault, and just looked it up and found out that we didn't actually have any sound. The microphone was not plugged in correctly. It was a little loose on the base of the computer. Must have yanked on it or something. I always check the middle area where it normally disconnects, but that was fine. But yeah, so I didn't have sound for the recording, and therefore I lost a couple of missions. But that's okay because currently the missions are getting to a point where they're pretty easy. We have all of our troops pretty well advanced. Killing the sectoid commander was definitely the turning point in the war because we didn't lose any troops. So we have this squad of 6 people who are just perfectly good at everything and doing just fine. They've gone through... The sectoid commanders are psionic, and we have gone through psionic testing for these characters and found that a couple of them have latent psionic abilities. So some of them can use the Mind Fray ability now, which is fairly nice. Right now we have a sectoid commander cornered. Oops, and we just effed up and moved our support in such a fashion as to... Oh god, did it twice actually. Okay. We have this sectoid here. He's a sectoid commander, which means he's going to do something terrible and awful next turn. What we'd like to do is establish a reasonable flank on him, get him low. We can kill him this turn if we want to, but we don't want to do that. So we're just gonna laser him a little bit, piss him off. And see about that Mind Fray. No, that's not very good. Mind Fray is a pretty worthless ability. It does about 4 damage, which is, you know, nice, but not great. And obviously doesn't get you what you want out of your troops. Okay, so let's see what the sector does. He's gonna back up even further. And... Yep.
Incredible. That alien seems to have taken control of that soldier somehow. All of the advances we've made so far, they would be useless against this type of power.
Yeah, so that's what the sectoids normally do, and it can make it quite tricky. Or the commanders anyways. Unfortunately, we moved our support too far back to actually deal with this guy. We really want to stun him, but we can't get close enough, so we're just gonna have to kill him instead. Alright, he's down.
Mission objectives completed.
Yeah, so that was Operation Lost Engine. We'll continue to record these missions, but we're going to try and operate a couple of big missions before we go in on the Overseer. Okay, let's see here. What have we missed? Everything that's happened since the base assault.
Everything by the numbers and not a scratch on them. Hopefully every operation goes this well.
Alright, we now have the ability to grant 50% critical damage for the rest of the turn, which is pretty darn solid, and the ability to be immune to critical hits. Both of these are really serious options. Immunity to critical hits makes this guy just unkillable in combat. Most things do 4 to 5 damage, I think. Like, a couple of them do 6 or 7, but this guy has 30, maybe 8 plus 14 HP right now. Plus all of the Titan armor bonuses, plus extra conditioning. Yeah, he's got upwards of 30 health. So, with all of that equipped, resilience to critical hits would make him a pretty solid tank, and we might really want that at this point. Obviously I want to be able to do damage to lots of things as well, but I think with 2 heavies and 2 snipers on the team, it's perfectly reasonable to take resilience. Okay, so we have 3 colonels now. Or wait, is that? We should have 4 colonels now. I guess Boomer is not yet listed as a colonel. So our support will be a colonel soon, and then that heavy still needs to be upgraded, but we're okay with that. So we have a couple of corpses, some extra stuff going on. Alright, so here's our base for the moment. What we're currently doing is we constructed a new power generator so that we could basically set up some stuff here. the Illyrium generators in particular. Once those are done, we can start setting up workshops basically all over the place. In fact, I think we're able to do that now, or at least we're going to be able to put one or two up now. And we can build we wanted to build a satellite uplink of some kind in this area, just so that we could remove one here or here and set up nexuses. Basically, we're just trying to save some space in the workshop and open up a couple of new positions. We typically will have just a pile of workshops here. That's a 97% discount on everything. Like, once you invest the stuff in the foundry, it comes right back, which is pretty nice. Shiv laser is the only thing we have left to research. Our research projects are just things that we don't want. We're not really interested in any of these options. The alloy cannon is nice, but we prefer being able to shoot things with the plasma rifle right now. So, and then we do actually have psionic abilities, which is kind of nice. Nobody's really upgraded them yet, but hopefully we'll see something along those lines soon.
Contact detected. Illyrium generator complete.
So, at this point we have built the hyperwave relay, which is what that alien was guarding on, and he's going to, that allows us to see the type of ship that's available, and also like what's on that ship. We're not really concerned about the Overseer ship right now, since that is the next mission, like the next plot critical mission, and we want to wait just a little while until we have some slightly better psionics. Thin men corpses for money? Sure. Anything to help out?
While certain aspects of your performance were deemed acceptable, we expect more from you, Commander. We remain confident in your ability to improve the effectiveness of future XCOM operations. But this sentiment could change if your efforts continue to prove inadequate.
So,
remember, we will be watching.
Thanks, dude. So, essentially what's going on here is we're letting the Overseer go because it's not a fight that we want just now. And we're testing our different squaddies for psionic gifts. Looks like we found one. Basically, we've just recruited a whole pile of them, so going to throw a bunch of them into the mix. I don't think I really want to train like a full-size squad. I'm pretty happy with the guys that I've got, but it's worth it to just throw some squaddies in the mix in case I lose a troop. Have to replace them.
Workshop online. Laboratory online.
The new
Okay, yeah,
engineers arrived this morning, Commander.
So
We're
satellite
always glad to have
nexuses
more
take
help down
2
here.
UFO flight computers. I think we have more than enough to actually build that, so let's go ahead and construct one now. And then we can remove these satellite uplinks here and construct another satellite up nexus right here. I think between the two of those that'll
Contact detected.
okay, we have a large abductor class looking to scout, which means that it's not actually going to do any major damage, but certainly worth shooting down, especially since it's so large. Send in our firestorms.
Enemy is padlocked.
Okay. Looks like it's going to be chrysalids, floaters, regular sectoids, and sectoid commanders. We actually need to capture a sectoid or a sectoid commander since they carry plasma weapons. So we're going to send somebody down with a, what's it? The taser thing. I've completely forgotten the name of it already, but the arc thrower, that's right. Since my support is now a major, he has deep pockets, which means that he can carry 2 items, which means I have a medikit and an arc thrower available, which is fairly nice. Chitin plating for Colonel Akinwande is going to give him resilience to melee damage, as well as just additional health on top of his already formidable amount of skill-based health, and his immunity to critical hits. Big Mama is our only character who doesn't have a lot of kills yet. She does have Danger Zone already and all of that stuff going on, so yeah, let's send our Sky Ranger. We just recently realized that we didn't actually have all of the DLC for this
We're going to
game.
be
There's a
putting
lot
down
of
in Mexico for this
fun
mission.
armor decos
It
that
looks
we're
like
gonna
the
go ahead
aliens
and
went down in
apply.
a sparsely populated area. If there are civilians in the area, I hope they stay clear.
Alright, Operation Rotting Palace is a go. Been a lot of palaces in this particular mission set. Crystal Palace, there was a...
Come in, HQ.
what's the other
Big
palace?
Sky has reached the outer marker. Approaching the crash site now. Strike team is awaiting your orders.
Okay, so this is a
Affirmative, Big Sky.
large
Strike
ship,
1 is
we
free
know
to
that
engage
much.
hostile targets at the crash site.
The question of where we want to raid is actually going to be kind of an issue.
Jetpack operation.
I think it's pretty clear that we want people up top here. I don't think we can get much higher than where we're currently at. So let's throw a battle scanner out. I think we can get it right through that door, which would be a pretty good way to look inside this large abductor. But it might also be useful to get a look at the roof and see if we can find any floaters.
Battle scanners up.
Alright, doesn't look like there's anything on the roof, so... we're having some frame rate issues again now. That's a bit problematic. Okay. Looks like everything's bouncing out again. Gonna get folks behind high cover as much as possible. And, well, looks like there's a huge hole in the ship right here which we might approach from. So yeah, let's take a look at that. Oh yeah, I can see right inside. Okay, so we know that there's chrysalids somewhere around here. We're not sure where yet. We're gonna take a look up top. Serious going on this side, so we'll go ahead and just set up an overwatch. Everybody else is going to be slowly moving in. I think I want my support to go ahead and take a look around that side. We don't have contact yet. Having this many kernels available at this stage in the game is actually really, really useful. We know pretty well how to use them so that we don't get our faces murdered off. Oops, and that was a run and gun by accident, but I guess we'll just use that to get over here and set up an overwatch. Because I don't know. Things. The question of where the sectoid commander is kind of an interesting one, and we also don't want to get ourselves assaulted by chrysalids without really knowing where they're at, so we have to be a little careful here. Looks like there's more of the ship in this direction, so it's definitely a good idea to move inside and start trying to clear this place out. To that effect, yeah, let's go ahead and get our support behind that high cover there.
Enemies rolling up.
Oh, there's the commanders. Oh, that is a really terrible place for the commanders to be. Yeah, they can actually... they can see us, but we can't really shoot at them. The sniper's not going to be able to do anything with this squad sight from here, so what I actually should do is back off so that they can't see me. And set up some real overwatches. Man. I'm really not digging that. Okay. We're gonna find higher cover. Get somebody in this elevated position. It's maybe not actually all that huge an advantage, but well, hopefully we can do something with it. And if we can get a battle scanner right in there so that we can see those sectoids move around, that would be really helpful. There we go. Oh, annoyingly, there's a piece of the ceiling missing, which might allow them to see in. Or I might have just thrown something on the roof. Yep, I threw something on the roof. Okay. I'll set up an overwatch there. Ugh. Okay. Big Mama's gonna peek around, see what's in there. Still no sign of those sectoids. Go ahead and put up the rocket there. We'd like our heavy to be in a position to shoot as well. Not sure if we have any good options. We can climb up here, jump into the fire, roll around a little bit.
Look who's here.
Oh, we found 2 sectoids. Very awkwardly positioned. So I think with those 2 sectoids there, we're going to want to have an Overwatch up. We're not going to do a lot of damage with their plasma weapons, so as long as we have our Overwatches up, we should be fine. The main thing we have to worry about is the sectoid commander running out and creating problems for us.
You hear that?
Ah! Whoa! Okay, we have contacts everywhere now.
No longer a threat. Taken care of.
Awesomely, our Overwatches coincided with all of these floaters, so they're gone. That's pretty sweet, but the sectoids are going to be able to get a chance to run up and take a shot if they choose to. Which they did not. It's my turn again. Alright. So, I think I have the ability to lean around and take a good shot with a rocket, which should be very helpful against those sectoids. Let's get a sniper into place. Or heavy, rather. Ah, sectoid commands are, of course, on Overwatch.
Got a lot of heat on me.
That was not a brilliant move on our part. Looks like we only triggered one of them, though, so... Man, that is not ideal. I'm gonna go ahead and just stick right there. Keeping up the Overwatches here, of course, is pretty useful. It might be nice to set up a flank with our support, but I think we want him close so that he can run in and, let's see, do we have any way of getting in there? We can go through this side, which would be pretty cool. I still don't know where those 2 little sectoids are. We're not worried about them because they're really not going to kill us, but we have to actually keep an eye out, so that sucks. There's one, and it looks like he's guarding the other one. These would be pretty easy to kill. Where's our support at? Is he already in Overwatch? Alright, we're just going to use our psychic powers. Alright, and the little sectoids are down, so now we don't have to worry about people flanking us from the side. On the other hand, we still don't know where the chrysalids are, and that's kind of a problem. We do have our ghost armor, which is the result of our hyperwave relay research. Allowed us to build that for our sniper. That could be pretty good.
What was that?
And there's still a chrysalid or 2 just wandering around. Interestingly enough, the sectoid commander has mind melded.
Adjusting aim.
Which creates an interesting problem. No particular reason for our character to have that shot, but we'll take it. Okay, they just broke open both the doors. It's time to go in, I think. Okay, we have a little sectoid merged with the bigger sectoid. Which one is which? We just don't want to be in sight range of those bigger sectoids right now. Psionic attacks are not happy. We do want our support inside. Oh god, that was not good. Okay. As long as he doesn't trigger the chrysalids or anything, we're fine. We have a sight line on that sectoid now, which means we should kill it, because it can use mind control from wherever it's got a sight line. Thinking right here? Yeah, let's blow the hell out of it.
Check your position.
Oh, the rocket's entirely off course, which is amusing because we actually get a kill on a sectoid that we weren't planning on killing. Also, we have a really interesting entry point. I still have squad sight on this fellow right through this panel that we blew open. So I'll take that shot and see. We all hope it works. Alright, one sectoid down. We'd like to capture the commander. That's our next move if we can get it. But obviously that might be tricky. It looks like our assault currently has a shot at him. That looks worth taking. It didn't hit, but
That's a load of bull.
I don't know where to go from here. I think we'll just set up another Overwatch, and if that sectoid commander does anything funky, we'll have a pretty simple option for dealing with him. Looks like all he's doing is using his plasma pistol to shoot our alpha. Can we get into a position to zap him is the question. Not this turn for certain. We gotta run up here, see if there's a chrysalid in this area. Doesn't look like there is, so that's good. Still, we can't actually risk firing on him, which leaves us in a bad situation because we don't have any sort of suppression tactic for dealing with this guy. The most we can do is just throw mind phrase at him. Which he won't like, but it won't kill him either. He doesn't do enough damage to actually be worrisome. We want those plasma pistols, but I don't really see a solid option for dealing with him. Our support is just way too far out of position. So we're gonna run up. And we're gonna run and gun.
Hunt him down.
And that'll be a flanking position right here, I think. Yeah. 69% chance is pretty good. Ugh. Alright.
I'll get him next time.
Take that 15% chance just for fun. No, holo targeting would have been a nicer option. I really need eyes on that chrysalid, so if I can find him at the very least, I won't be in that much trouble. Like, I need to scout out the area, see where he's at. Doesn't look like he's out here, so... I don't know, we're just gonna go ahead. Take another shot at him. We can mind frame too, but heavy plasma is probably the best option. Alright, no plasma pistols for us today. We could have made somewhat more of an effort, but I think we're okay with this. Okay, and this is the reason why we weren't moving the support double moves, because if you run into a group of chrysalids, they'll just advance on you, and he was far enough separated from the rest of his troops that that was not going to work out well. However, at this point we have a pretty obvious option. Like, this is just not even a question. Our sniper has 100% capacity to kill all three of those sectoids without any issues. With that in mind, I think we're going to weaken them up with a rocket, and let Corporal Robinson kill them. If anyone else with a grenade is the question. No, it doesn't look like it. Alright. So we'll take a shot with our laser pistol. We're just looking to take a health point off each of them, because we want Corporal Robinson to get a promotion. Prime. And this guy doesn't really have any options, but he does have Mind Fray, which might actually be worthwhile. Still no options there. Can't see them. So the thing about this is if I miss with the rocket, I could lose a troop. So I have to be very, very careful that I have at least one other possibility for a firing solution. I'm gonna run over here. I don't think that's doing anything with his vision or anything. Yeah, okay, so we're just gonna have, Shredder rocket only does 4. Grenade only does 5. I guess we're just gonna have to take a shot. Pick the best one. That one will be fine. Let's see if you can kill it. Nope. Okay. Well, the sectoids can't be allowed to live, so we're gonna go ahead and have our alpha sniper kill them off. He's got in the zone, and all 3 of the chrysalids are out of cover, so this is gonna be easy.
Taken care of.
And that's an Archangel sniper. Okay. Makes terror missions quite a bit simpler. Chrysalids just generally don't opt for cover, and that works out pretty well for us. So, we're happy about it. Okay. So,
Excellent work all around.
Captain Robinson
Another
does get her
impressive
promotion,
effort from our
and she
troops.
now has the will to survive, which reduces normal damage taken. We now have a lot of really, really tanky fellows going on. Right now we're looking for a new mission. We're hopefully going to see it soon, and we'll get to that as soon as that happens.